afternoon to all in Sunbury. Good afternoon to Brickman, Jacob you. This is a very unprofessional spoken English right now. From Learning English with KMD, a platform where learning English and speaking English has made matters on back again in love again. My name is KMD Yunus, and I'm a spoken English right now. Well, I'm back again in love again. As far as this live session is concerned, it's exclusively meant for reading. I'm going to read another lesson or another story from the book written by Sudha Murthy, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read and Other Stories. Here is a caption of the next lesson or the next story, A Wedding in Russia. So this is how the story begins or the lesson begins. A wedding is a great event in everyone's life. In India, it is done with a great deal of ceremony. In our films, we know. Good morning, sir. How are you doing today? Good morning, Mr. Rajaram. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well today. Thank you very much, Rajaram. Hello, Rajaram. Good morning. I'm doing pretty well today. Thank you very much. Have you had a breakfast? Have you had your lunch? Well, I'm talking about the second meal of the day, lunch. Well, this live session is exclusively meant for reading, and I'm going to read one more lesson from the book written by Sudha Murthy, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read and Other Stories. I'm doing pretty well today. Thank you very much. Well, the name of the next lesson is A Wedding in Russia. A wedding is a great event in everyone's life. In India, it is done with a great deal of ceremony. In our films, a large number of stories are based on weddings. If you look at Indian history, you will see many wars have been fought for the sake of a marriage. People have always spent a lot of money and efforts on those. In olden days, the wedding celebrations used to carry on for a week. Yes, wedding celebrations for a week. Later, it came down to 3 days. Yes, from 1 week to 3 days, then 2 days, and now it is for a day. The amount of money spent sometimes constitutes the entire life savings of a person. Happy Prince 1002. Hi, hello, Happy Prince. Thank you very much for joining my live session. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you very much. Happy Prince, what's your name and where are you from? At times, people take such huge loans for these celebrations that they have to go on repaying throughout their lives. In my experience, whenever I have talked to bonded laborers, I have found that a majority of them have got into the state because of wedding expenses they had incurred. In a marriage, the couple and their parents are worried about various things. Is she looking pretty, or the guest being looked after? Will it keep her happy? People like you and me are worried about wedding lunch. It is an occasion where young boys get to meet young girls. Old people talk about the ailments and women exhibit their finest jewelry and silk saris. Recently, I was in Moscow, Russia. Moscow City has many war memorials. Russia has won 3 great wars in its history, which is a source of pride for them. They have built war memorials and erected many statues of the generals who were responsible for the victories. The first war was between Peter the Great and Sweden. The second war between Tsar Alexander I and Napoleon of France. The third one was against Hitler in World War II in 1945. There is a huge park in Moscow known as Peace Park. In the middle of this Peace Park, there is a large monument. There is a pillar, and on the pillar, the different battles fought by Russia have been mentioned, along with dates and places. The park has beautiful fountains. In the summer, flowers of many colors bloom, and the place is a feast for the eyes. In the night, it is decorated with lights. Every Russia, every Russian is proud of this park, and it is a spot visited by all tourists. The day I went to the park was Sunday. It was drizzling and cold. Though it was summer, I was standing under an umbrella and enjoying the beauty. Suddenly, my eyes fell on a young couple. It was apparent that they had just got married. The girl was in her mid 20s, slim with blonde hair and blue eyes. She was very beautiful. The boy was almost of the same age and very handsome. He was in military uniform. The bride was wearing a white satin dress decorated with pearls and pretty laces. It was very long, so two young girls were standing behind her, holding up the ends of the gown, so it wouldn't be dirtied. One young boy was holding an umbrella over the head so that the couple would not get drenched. The girl was holding a bouquet, and the two were standing with their arms linked. It was a beautiful sight. I started wondering why they had come to this park in this rain soon after getting married. They could have surely gone to a merrier place. I watched as they walked together to the dais near the memorial, kept the bouquet, bowed their heads in silence, and slowly walked back. By now, I was very curious to know what was going on. I could not ask the couple because they probably could not speak English, and I did not know the Russian language. There was an old man standing with me. He looked at me, my salary, and asked, "Are you an Indian?" I replied, "Yes, I'm an Indian. I have seen Raj Kapoor's movies. They were great. Raj Kapoor had visited Russia. I know one of Hindi's songs, Mai Avara Hoon. Do you know Moscow City has statues of three great Indians? Who are they? Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, and Indira Gandhi. Since we were chatting quite amicably now, I decided to use the opportunity to ask some questions. How come you know English? Oh, I worked abroad. Will you tell me why that young couple visited the war memorial on their wedding day? Oh, that is the custom in Russia. The wedding takes place normally on a Sunday or on a Saturday. Irrespective of the season, after signing of the register at the marriage office, married couples must visit the important national monuments nearby. Every boy in this country has to serve in the military for a couple of years at least. Regardless of his position, he must wear his service uniform for the wedding. Why is that? This is a mark of gratitude. Our forefathers had given their lives in the various wars Russia has fought. Some of them we won and some we lost, but their sacrifice was always for the country. The newly married couple needs to remember they are living in a peaceful, independent Russia because of their ancestors' sacrifices. They must ask for the blessings. Love for the country is more important than wedding celebrations. We elders insist on continuing with this tradition, whether it be in Moscow St. Petersburg, or any other part of Russia. On the wedding day, they have to visit the nearest war memorial. This set me wondering about what we teach our children. Do we tell them about the sacrifices of the 1857 War of Independence? Do we talk about 1942 Quick India Movement or ask newlyweds to visit the Andaman cellular jail where thousands lived in solitude and were sent to the gallows? Do we remember Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, Shivaji, Rana Pratap, Lakshmi Bai, who gave their lives to save our country? These men and women never lived to see an independent India. But do we have the courtesy to remember them on the most important day of our lives? We're busy shopping for saris, buying jewelry, and preparing elaborate menus and partying in the discos. My eyes filled with tears at the thought, and I wished we could learn a lesson from the Russians. Well, that's the end of our lesson, A Wedding in Russia. From the book written by Saddam Murti, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read and Other Stories. What a wonderful lesson it is. What a wonderful story it is. Once again, hats off to this wonderful lady, Saddam Murti ji, who keeps inspiring all of us in every walk of our life. Right, so hello, hello, hello. Well, with that, we come to the end of another lesson. So far, we have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, 10 lessons. We have completed 10 lessons so far. And how many lessons more to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lessons more to go. Well, the book I'm talking about has 24 lessons in it. Well, it comprises 24 lessons, out of which we're done with the first 10 lessons of 4 lessons more to go. Reading is as essential as speaking itself, writing itself. Listening is real very important. I keep telling my students time and again that a good listener can become a good speaker. For a good listener today, you become a good speaker tomorrow. If you're a mediocre listener today, you become a mediocre speaker tomorrow. Your today will decide your tomorrow. Thank you, Roger Ram, for joining me lot today. Happy Brains 1002. Hello, Happy Brains. How are you doing today? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well, with that, we come to the end of our reading session. It's time for me to call it a day, but with a promise that I shall come back again tomorrow with a new lesson, with a new story from the book written by Saddam Murti, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read, and other stories. On a positive note, I take your leave. Thank you very much. Do take very good care of yourself. Have a wonderful day ahead.